Hello all, we are taking part in Project Hack 7. We're tackling Challenge 9 and we are Team No Coders.
Hello everyone, we are Team Low Coders and we are addressing problem 9 from Computershare. Their project managers are manually inputting project status on a weekly basis, and they wanted a solution that firstly removes that manual work and secondly gives their managers insight on project status and risk through reporting. Computershare outlined that they would like the solution to be quick to build, but also easy for them to manage and change. For this reason, we've taken a low-code approach with UiPath and Power BI, both of which they can use themselves. In creating the solution, we wanted to clarify what is in scope and what is not. This includes automating the process as is with Excel sheets and not a database, as well as automating the most frequent use cases, but not rare use cases. Unautomated use cases will come up in an exception report.
Okay, this is what the process looks like in UiPath. So we've got 4 sections here. Our first one is just setting up, initiating our variables, getting a data table set up. Then we go into checking the folder for new reports. As soon as we understand how many reports are in there, we've then got a process that loops through each report, finds the information that we need to roll up into the master sheet, and then writing it to the master sheet. Then finally, we've got a section here that sends out an email to the person running the file to tell them how many reports have been processed, how many rows have been added, and whether it is successful or not. Let us run this for real and see how it goes. So I'm going to run this now. Just waiting for UiPath to start up. There we go. So it's whizzing through these. We could run it even faster by not telling us to actually show us the spreadsheets as they're running. Could run them in the background, but it doesn't save us much time, and it's nice to see it running. So you can see there, this has taken 16 seconds to process, which is, I think, fast enough for our needs. Let's take a look at the project timelines. I think we were at 108. Last time, and what we can see is we've added a whole load more in here. And if I look in my mailbox, I've got a new report that's come in, timestamp now at 2021, which is showing us all the ones that have been successful. It's showing us one that it had an error with, which we know about because that's a blank file, and all the ones that it then carried on with and completed successfully. There we go.
We have imported the master data file in Power BI and built a dashboard to represent the timelines of all active projects. On page 1, our visuals also show individual phases and milestones, their respective rec statuses, and task progress. Additionally, we have created a funnel type visual to show the average overdue days for each project, obtained by comparing the difference between the actual end date and the baseline end date of each task.
On page 2, we achieved visuals showing breakdown of individual project timelines, phases, and milestones. Measured it against the planned and actual end date, which indicates overdue results and demonstrated on the table. We have also created a visual to show the average overdue days spent on each project. This will allow the end user to understand the latest status of all current implementation projects.
The team have worked collaboratively over 2 days to deliver the challenge. They have been committed and dedicated in achieving this task. The solution was solved by addressing the user requirements. Throughout the journey, both the user and the sponsor were involved. So we were able to adapt and change our code to help the user. They use various different software technology to achieve it, but being Discord, Zoom, UiPath, Power BI, Excel, PowerPoint, Trello, and Camtasia. In terms of the product, the process that was achieved, they have delivered the solution which would be achievable for and useful for another organization, another PMO to use that process.
So how does this look from an ROI perspective? Well, it looks pretty good. A single licensed version of UiPath Studio costs us £2,700. We've worked out that for a PMO analyst, they would be spending 4 to 5 hours a week on this process. That's based on us asking the client directly how long they estimated it took them. Now, we've crunched the numbers on that, assuming a PMO analyst at 25,000 a year, that came out to a PMO analyst costing us £3,000 per year to do this work. That means with UiPath, we've got a net saving there of £330. Now, you could argue that that doesn't include the development work, and you'd be right. But on the other side of things, what you've suddenly got is this tool within the team, which can be used to automate other processes in the business. The idea would be that this is just a start. You've seen the fact that we can break even on this one small process. Every other process automated in that year is going straight to the bottom line.
The second question we'd like to address is if the end user is using UiPath to process this transformation, what maintenance is associated with this? What if Computershare makes an adjustment to the highlight report? To answer this, firstly, our process handles inserting new columns, for example, but if a column names are changed, Computershare would need to amend the process. Our error handling would alert the power user to a problem, and Teddy, the power user, would be able to change it herself. Secondly, the power user would need to manage simple changes on an ongoing basis. For example, any changes to file location or to email address for exceptions. And obviously, the power user, Teddy, during this process of actually creating the process itself, would be able to do this. The end.